Hey there, my name is Alicia Rains, and I am the CEO of ADR Consulting Group. And I want to tell you about something that I sometimes hear our clients say. And if you have worked with ADR Consulting Group before, you know that this is, pretty much a soapbox that I go on pretty often. And I wanted to share it in this video. And so oftentimes I hear clients say something to the impact of, can you help us to get more diverse candidates? And when that question comes up, my answer is always no. And so the no actually comes from a couple of reasons. And so I quickly wrote down, about 7 reasons why my answer is no. So if you see my eyes going up and down, it's just because I don't want to forget any points. So here are 7 reasons why I'm not going to help you to get more diverse candidates. First things first, what do you mean when you say diverse, right? I want to be very specific. Is diverse meaning that you want to think about inclusion of folks of different ability statuses? If you want to think about folks from different religious backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds, what do you mean when you say diverse? I'm going to make some assumptions about what you mean, and they're probably going to be validated when I ask you that question. But my point is specificity is key here. So we want to be really specific about our intentions because, again, even thinking about measurement and tracking, how can we track what we're not being specific about? So that was point 1. Point 2, right? When we are thinking about diverse groups of people and that naming of someone as diverse, I myself as an individual, I actually can't be diverse. I'm a person with many different social identities, but within myself, I don't occupy diversity in myself, right? And so when you're talking about hiring more diverse groups, this goes back to specificity. And if we really drill down, what most people would actually share with me, oh, well, we're looking to hire more women of color or more people of color, or we're looking to hire more Latinx folks. That's fine if that's the true intention behind the statement. But when you label someone as diverse, what you've done in that moment is actually situated someone who holds identities such as white or male, or someone who is able-bodied, right? Those agentic identities, and we can talk about another time if you need to learn more about what that means to have an agentic identity. But we're situating those identities as the barometer, as the standard, as norm, and anyone else is diverse or deviant from those identities. And I'm sure that's not what the intention is, but that's what the language is exemplifying, right? So here's another reason why I'm going to say no. If you ask me to help you to hire more diverse candidates, think about what it would mean, right? If you roll up this big program and say, from here on outwards, we're going to have a focus on hiring more diverse candidates, right? And let's say you do end up hiring more candidates who then turn into employees. Well, think about that employee experience, right? You have now set that cohort of people up to now be questioned about their expertise, questioned about their credibility, all because what other folks heard was that you're focusing just on probably the markers of their race, their gender, insert the blank as far as their identities, when in turn, you're actually wanting to highlight that this person is qualified based on their experience and the ability to fulfill the duties of the job description, right? So that's another reason why I'm not going to help you to pursue diverse candidates, because it's a setup, right? And think about the employee life cycle of somebody who has that experience, who comes in under that guise of I only hired because of my identity, right? More likely than not, that person's not going to stay. Reason number 4, right? So when we think about reason number 4 about why I'm not going to help you to hire for a diverse candidate is why, right? Let's say you just took stock of the organization and felt like, okay, you know what? We need more representation from these particular groups. So that's why we're going to pursue diverse candidates. And that's the rationale. Well, let me give you an analogy. I have a bag of Skittles. I open the bag of Skittles. They all spill out on the table. As I count up how many of each color I have, I might notice that I only have 5 greens, but I have 21 reds, and I have 35, this is a big bag of Skittles, 35 purples. Well, again, I only have 5 greens. My question is, so what? What does that mean, right? You have to be very intentional here. And so just taking stock and noticing that the numbers don't look as you would like them to look as you look across demographic compositions, that's not enough to say, well, we need to pursue this particular group. Moving along, the next reason why I'm not going to help you to hire when you have an interest in hiring more diverse candidates is because there's some legal implications there, and you need to be really careful about the way in which you articulate that language, because that could just put you in jeopardy. Let's just say it like that, to be clear and quite and frank. And so we want to make sure, of course, we are upholding compliance and regulations with the EEOC, Equal Opportunity. I forgot what the C stands for because I'm blanking right now, but you know what EEOC stands for. So yes, we want to take that guidance in mind. But you want to be very clear, so we want to consult with our general counsel as well. Number 6, why I'm not helping you if you want to hire a diverse candidate. Diversity is the observation, is a measurement tool. Diversity helps us to take stock of what is, right? Okay, so if within our organization, we have, we take stock of how many women we have, how many folks who we have who identify as men, how many folks we have who identify as non-binary, how many folks who identify as Black, how many folks who identify as Asian, right? That is the work of diversity. It is taking stock. It's a measurement tool. It's a tool. But when we are looking to hire a diverse candidate, that's not diversity work. The actions of promotion to make that place more suitable, more inclusive, and I've already said the word is inclusion, right? Inclusion is all about our actions, behaviors that promote the experience, right? The conditions, the culture for which somebody might want to thrive, who holds these identities that you're searching for. And so really what we've done is now jump from diversity into inclusion with just markers and expectations around diversity. So we need to get our ducks in a row. So the final reason, number 7, why I'm not going to help you when you ask to hire more diverse candidates is because it's not the pipeline that's the issue. A lot of clients often say, I don't know what it is, but we put our JDs out, job descriptions out on Indeed, on LinkedIn, on Career Builder, and we're just not getting folks of color. That's usually what I hear. We're just not finding people of color. We're just not finding the talent. They must not exist. I assure you they exist. However, I also assure you that part of the reason why you're not finding the intended populations in which you're hoping to hire, or at least get into your hiring life cycle, is because it's your culture and it's your processes. And so that is the work that I help our clients do. I help to dig in on their culture to say, actually, let's assess what the conditions are of the environment right here, right now for the current employees that you have. Let's look at attrition. Let's look at engagement. Let's look at productivity. And let's break those figures down according to tenure, according to position, according to functional area, according to location, and according to identity groupings, right? That's called disaggregating the data. Additionally, when we look at our processes, what I can almost guarantee as well is that they're not objective hiring practices. So we'll help our clients to situate those, that they have instances where they have bias already woven into the process that discounts somebody who you probably would want to see, but they've been discounted because your process is more exclusive than you intended it to be. So when a client asks me, hey, we'd like to, see whatever, insert the blank, more of this identity group within our workplace. Can you help us to find more diverse candidates? My answer yesterday, my answer today, and tomorrow too, is going to be no. But now, you know why I'm saying no.